Hey everybody, Tiffany here. This is part 2 of the video I promised with my yarn pumpkins made out of recycled water bottles and 2-liter soda bottles. I finished this one last night. So this one is from the first video using the bottom of a 2-liter bottle. And then I made this one after I finished that video with the extra chunky the big blanket yarn by Bernat. It's in the color Scone. This is what it looks like. That yarn. I can link that below if you're interested, or you can get it at Michael's. Well, some of the Michael's stores have it. And I did a little extra of the yarn, making it extra chubby on that one, but this is about 6 inches tall that I cut off the bottom. That's the bottom also of the 2-liter soda pop bottle. I thought they turned out super cute. This is just my little table scape that I've got here. This tray is from Hobby Lobby. Got just a little Dollar Tree candle holder there under this one to pop it up a little bit at a little height. So today I'm going to show you how to make the little mini ones with the little water bottles. There's a tiny one. This can be like a very environmental friendly craft because you can use yarn that's recycled yarn. These ones are all recycled. I'll show you in a minute the yarn. So yeah, super fun. Let's go ahead and get started. These are some of my favorite yarns for this size of pumpkin, and these are the recycled yarns I told you about. And this is the color Squash, this is the color Whipped Cream, and this is the color Fog. So this Squash looks super cute with that Scone, the big blanket one that I just showed you. And if you wanted to make a large and a small, aren't those pretty together? And also looks really cute with the terracotta chenille yarn that I used in the first video. Okay, and then I have another favorite yarn for this project is the Wool Ease Thick and Quick. This is the color Cream. I'll link that below. I'll link all these below if I didn't already say that. And then the Fog looks super pretty with the Bernat blanket big yarn in the color Misty Gray. And I'll link that. You can also get that one at Michael's. These ones, the recycled, are from Joann's also, or you can get them on Amazon. All right, so let's get started. So I just have one of the really cheap water bottles here. This is another style little pumpkin I've been making. I'll probably make a video for that one too. It's the easiest one, super easy. Let's see. So I needed some scissors and a water bottle and some yarn really for this project, I think. You can use like a utility knife to cut, but it's harder to control. So I have these really sharp little scissors that I really like for this project. Your scissors need to be sharp so you can like puncture in, or you could start with the utility knife and then cut the rest of the bottle with the scissors. But so you have a couple options. You can cut it in half and make a couple of taller pumpkins, or you can cut it even into 3 pieces, which I have done. Let's see if I've got the different sizes here. You can see here, like pumpkins come in all shapes and sizes, right? So I've got a little really squatty one here, which I think is adorable. And then a couple of little bit taller ones. And they just, all look really cute together. Love these colors together. Okay, set those aside for now, and all you need to do is cut your water bottle. That's a little bit noisy, I apologize. And you can kind of take a marker and go around and mark it so you could get it even, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, there's one. I'm going to do 3. Sometimes they have lines that you can kind of follow. On that bottom part, the lines were not straight, so but right here they are. So that makes it actually easier. Okay, and then on this top part, all you need to do is cut off about, go down maybe 1/2 inch. Stick your scissors in there. I'll go this direction, it's easier for me. And just cut that neck off. Try to cut it smooth so you don't have a lot of jagged edges. It does really help when you're pulling your yarn in and out so it doesn't fray. This kind of yarn tends to get a little frayed, which isn't the end of the world. Okay, and then I'm going to melt the edges of this on an old frying pan. You don't have to do that, but it makes them a lot more stable and easy to work with. It makes the edges smoother. You're not fraying your yarn. I'll show you that. Okay, I've got my frying pan ready. I also will cut a hole about 1 inch across in that bottom section if you want to use that section. That does make a better like top to stick your hole in. To stick your stick in for the stem or whatever you're going to use for your stem. Yeah, this is an old frying pan that I don't really use to cook with anymore. It's non-stick so that your water bottle's not gonna stick to it. And all I do is, it's on a medium heat, and I just set it, and you'll want to kind of trim any, look how fast that goes. It makes the hole smaller is another reason to do this. Okay, so that's much more, that's a good size for getting your yarn through, being able to get your yarn through it. Also, and having some space to stick your stick in. So, and then you won't worry about that bottom end where you just cut the hole, but the others you can melt down a little bit. See how fast that goes? Just like that. And you've got a nice rounded edge. If you didn't have access to a stove wherever, or if, you know, an old frying pan, you probably could put some tape around it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Actually, that might be a little tight, that hole, but yeah, it should be okay using the yarn I'm using today. Okay, next step. Okay, you'll want about 10 to 12 yards of this yarn. This is the 6 thickness for these little ones, depending on, you know, how tall they are. And I like to find the center of my yarn. You do need to cut that amount of yarn. Let's see. Where is the end of my yarn? That's a lot. I hope I cut that right. So meet your 2 ends up and we're going to double it up so you can get it done a lot faster. This is a big yarn needle, just a big plastic yarn needle. You can get these on Amazon. I'll link them below. They also have them at Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to take that needle to the center. Uh-oh. Something tangled here. So I'm just pulling that needle all the way through my length of yarn until it meets, till it gets to the center point. Then I'm gonna find the other end again, and oh, I guess I don't need to find the other end. Oh, actually I do. Okay, sorry, momentary lapse there. And sometimes I'll just tie it depending on how big my holes are, and this one is pretty small. Sometimes I'll just tie the end around each other. Just tie it in a knot, just as simple as that. Oh, sorry, maybe I wasn't on camera for that, but just tie it in a knot and then tuck it in on the inside where it won't be seen. Probably want to trim those ends a little. You can also just use a piece of tape and tape the ends onto the inside of the water bottle. Either way works. If your hole is smaller and your yarn is bigger, these do, like, it ends up, yeah, with the big holes, sometimes the holes are too big, so you'll be fine. If your holes are really small, like this one, it might be harder. Sometimes you get your needle tangled up in there, and you don't have to use a needle to do this. You can use your fingers, but it's so much easier with the needle. I'm going to adjust my camera because I feel like maybe I'm not on camera as much as I should be. Okay. Enough talk, right? Let's get to it. All you need to do is go in and out. And it takes a little while at first. To get used to going in and out, but yeah, it makes it a lot easier, I think, to have something to get your yarn through your water bottle when you're getting closer to the end. And it's as easy as that. You just go all the way around and cover up that water bottle. It's just like sewing. But you can hear it kind of dragging on the mouth of the water bottle. I don't love that. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of tape on it, around it, if it's rough around the water bottle. But it's not necessary. Okay, I'm going to work on that for a few minutes, and I will see you back in a couple of minutes. I'm almost done covering that water bottle. This is how it's looking so far. Just going in and out and in and out. Sometimes I straighten them up a little bit as I go. I don't want them to be too twisted, but this yarn doesn't get twisted as much as the chenille one from my first video. That's the bottom. So I think this one's looking pretty good, starting with that smaller hole. I think this was the top of the water bottle. Not sure now. And I do have plenty of yarn, so you could probably get away with like 7 or 8 yards for a small one. Got a little space there, so I'm gonna just put it where I want it, go back up through. So yeah, this needle makes it so easy to get through that hole that's starting to close up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep going around in a few spots to make some kind of like ridges, you know, make it a little bulkier in some spots, like a pumpkin. And then that's most of your pumpkin is finished. And she just needs a little stem. Oh, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see more crafting videos, and give me a thumbs up. That helps me so much. If you like this video, it helps my video to be seen more. I'd really appreciate that. Isn't that cute? So fun, so inexpensive. These would make really sweet gifts. Wouldn't it be fun to make these for like a baby shower or even a bridal shower or something like that? I think they're so cute. So yeah, you can use like little foam pumpkins from the dollar store to do the same type of thing. But so this is a normal sized one from the dollar store, from the Dollar Tree, styrofoam pumpkin that I've covered with the blanket yarn. But they also have little ones that also cost $1.25, and I don't want to pay that much for the tiny ones. So yeah, this is my own original idea that I've come up with, and I'm really proud of it. Okay, so I've got a little extra yarn. I'm not going to use all of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off. So let's see, which way should I go? Well, I think I will just go ahead and cut that off long enough to make a knot. There's a couple ways you can finish it off. So just knot that up, trim it a little more, and then just tuck that down inside. Then we're going to stick a little stem there. So cute. Let's see, I've got some sticks from my yard already cut. I cut these with a, what's it called? A PVC pipe cutter. So if they're thinner like this, these are probably like, I don't know, not a half, a fourth of an inch, but let's see, let's measure. A little bigger than a 1/4 inch, not quite a half. And they're pretty easy to cut with the PVC pipe cutter. Some of them, if they're thicker, I can't, my hands aren't strong enough to cut. But so you can hot glue them in. If they're long enough, you can just shove it down in there and they're not going to go anywhere. I'll probably just put a dab of hot glue. Oops, my hot glue is dripping. Just put a little bit there. That should be enough to hold it. If I can get that hot glue off of there, a little accident. Not stuck to my scissors, but things happen when you're crafting, right? Perfect. Okay, then you could, if you wanted to, you could add some kind of a little leaf. I got these, some tiny little wooden leaves from Michael's that are really cute. Also love, this is some wired jute from the Dollar Tree that makes a really cute little swirly vine type of thing. So, and all you have to do, and it does fray, like once you've cut it. And so I always put a little bit of glue on the end after I'm done with that cut. But I would just take like a Sharpie or a glue stick, and all you have to do is wrap it around like that. So easy. So it's all wired inside. And this is a smaller pumpkin, so probably don't want it to be too big. Could probably wrap it around a anything, a pencil or whatever. Grab my wire cutters. And leave a little tail and snip that off. And I'm just going to put a little glue on there around it. That is really hot. And just tuck it down in there also. It might be a little long. And the rope or the jute that's on it does tend to kind of, yeah, it doesn't really stay on the wire, so I'm gonna try to tuck it in there without burning myself. I think that'll do it. Isn't that so adorable? So you can make some of them shorter and some of them taller. Yeah. I just think this is so fun to do, you know, totally recycled crafts. This is a really economical little craft to do. You could do it with a youth group or something like that. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Take care.